We are live, and I'm going to make sure that my channel is muted. I don't hear myself talking again like I normally do, but now I got to find it. See, I caught it. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Still don't know how to quiet that down. Hello, everyone. This is Miss Kathy, and I am here with another episode of Real Talk. This is actually a special episode for me and for Jess. This is my first evening episode, and it is JesKay's, my guest tonight's first live stream. She has already been typing in the chat tonight, and if you look in the description box below, I put a link to her channel. So I do want to welcome, her name is Jessica, her channel is JesKay. Tonight's topic is all about bullying, and we both look forward to sharing our thoughts and opinions on the topic. And I also wanted to welcome everyone. I am going to look at the chat real quick. I don't have it on my screen. Here we go. Donna is here. Angel is here. Wonderful, wonderful ladies. Thank you so, so much for coming. I am seeing Gemma. Thank you for coming. And Leah is here, Ability Mom of 2 Vlogs. Thank you so much. And I see Homestead Tessie. I feel like Romper Room all of a sudden. I see Sandy and I see Sally. I'm getting my little preschool voice on. Homestead Tess, welcome. I don't recognize your name. Is she a follower of yours, Jess?
Hold on.
Homestead Tessie? You saw it on the Facebook feed. Cool. I'm not recognizing your channel name. Do I know you? She said, as you know, I have been through it as well. Oh, Donna, maybe she knows Donna. Faith in the Fallon, hello, thank you for coming. And Who's Your Back Outdoors, thank you. Hello, sweetheart, I can only stay for a few minutes. It's date night. Well, you enjoy that date. Patty, thank you for coming. Oh, I'm so happy to see all of you here. I think I'm caught up already. Forgive me if I do get behind on the chat. I am going to try to interact with my guests as much as I can, and we will check the chat every once in a while. But if you do have a question for me or my guest, Jess, if you could please tag us. Let me type in the chat real quick so you guys can tag me. I think you can anyway, but just in case. All right, so let me tell you guys how I first interacted with JesKay. This is my first time voice-to-voice interacting with her, and we haven't had a whole lot of commenting back and forth either. A few weeks ago, I saw a tweet retweeted by one of my followers. I can't remember who did it, but JesKay had tweeted something about bullying, and it intrigued me, and I wanted to welcome her as a guest on the show to talk about the topic. And then I started following her on Twitter, and somehow I'm thinking, did you do the pickle juice challenge? Was that you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that was our other interaction. I saw you in the playlist because my daughter Jessie and I also did the pickle juice challenge. So that's the other way that you and I got connected.
I also put that video in when I did it in the description too. So.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it is
a Reborn Cabana is here. Gassa here from England. Much love to you and on the chat. Thank you and welcome. Donna says pickles yuck. Okay, so Jess, can you please explain why you posted that and what is your experience with bullying?
I've experienced it since I was very little, through like being very young, like 3 or 4 years old, like when I started remembering when I was younger, until like kind of like recently, not recently, but like kind of in my life still it happens.
It's okay.
I don't know. It's like I feel like I'm friends with, I get to know people and I think they like me and then they don't like me, and yeah. they decide to hate me one day, and I don't know why that is, but yeah.
So you're feeling like you have to please someone, and then you don't understand why they're not accepting you?
Yeah.
And so then you in turn accept that as being bullied? Is that
when they like say things to me like, you can't hang out with so and so, I thought you were my friend, you betrayed me, or like just kind of like gang up on me through like messaging and all that, like a bunch of people, or like a bunch of comments just come in and I know who they are, and yeah.
So literally trying to dominate their power over you.
Yeah.
And everyone, what I have always tried to teach my children, my oldest boy, who is now 24, was bullied. He was definitely being overpowered by someone. And what I have always tried to teach him is that you have to recognize that there's someone who wants to be over you, okay? Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. So in order to stop the bullying, you just have to stop fighting. There is no win or lose. The only way to make a bully lose is by not caring or reacting to what they're doing to you.
Yeah.
There are mean people in this world, and we're not going to be able to change it.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stop their behavior. The only thing that we can do is stop reacting to it.
Yeah.
Have you found a way to be able to stop reacting to these situations now in your adult life?
Just not take it personally, because you can't control the people, you can't control how they feel about you, and you don't know what's going on in their life, and I had to learn that kind of like the hard way, but like it's like I really did care for them and consider them my friends, and yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
online is very, very difficult because you actually can't interact with them unless you're doing a voice to voice. If someone is literally trying to overpower my decision, then I need to make sure that I have self-control and that I don't allow them to get underneath my skin, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to remain calm and not let them upset you. Mm-hmm. Walk away. You know, if you are getting upset, don't tell them why I'm upset, I'm walking away. Just say, well, thank you for your opinion, and then walk away. You know, and then if you want to get upset, go get upset away from them. But don't allow them to see that it is upsetting you. That's what I keep telling, you know, when my boy was in middle school and there was just someone who just loved to get under his skin, and I just kept saying, don't let him get under your skin. Don't let him bother you. Well, Mom, it's not hard. I get mad. And I'm like, well, that's when you need to just say, thank you, you know, whatever, and walk away. You know, go tell a teacher or go somewhere else and be by a friend who can lift you up and say positive things to you. We all have to remain positive. You know, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. My mother-in-law tried to bully me. My sister-in-law has tried to bully me for the first 10 years of my marriage. And I would come home and cry, but the whole time I was there, I would just smile and just be like, that's nice. And, you know, they would ask me silly questions like, do you think your sister's prettier than you? And it was the strangest things. And I'd be like, no, not really. Do you? It's just ridiculous, the things that they try to get a reaction out of you. They want to win. They have this like competitive nature of them where they want to put themselves above you. And you just have to decide that they're not any better than you. And you have to remain as calm as you can to not let them get to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Texting is so hard because you can't read someone's tone. So sometimes if you're reacting negatively to what someone's saying, you have to just stop the conversation. Yes. And I have found myself so many times on chats or live streams where someone's just not understanding my point of view. And that's when I just have to say, This is a miscommunication. I'm going to have to bid you good day. You know, because there's just no way around it. I mean, some people just want to keep arguing with you.
Yeah.
Is there anything other point that you wanted to make?
I can't think of anything currently.
Let's see what the chat's saying. I'm going to scroll up. I've missed several of you. Have you been reading it, Jess?
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what some of you all are saying on the topic. Oh my goodness, it was chatty. How far up did you guys go? I'm really behind. Gemma says, if you have any questions, please tag them. Okay, let's see. Everyone's saying hello. Homestead Tessie says she does understand and it can hurt. Donna says we all have been through that. Alvin A, hello. Makeup by Nicole. Hello, Angel. Yes, Tessie. We've came to the conclusion that Tessie and Donna are connected, correct? Neither one of us know Tessie. Jess, is that true? You didn't know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Casey Detox, hello, welcome. She says, hi, family. Angel, yes, I know how JesKay feels. People are mean. We have a wow. No matter how tough skin we have, it still hurts. That is so true. Words do hurt. It's just important that we not show it in front of the person who is trying to put their power above us. Scrolling through. Bullies are just very, very weak people. I was bullied at primary school really badly. Don't ever let anybody bring you down in life. Stay strong. All we are stronger than we think. Yes, very good text. Tessie says in YouTube it can be very bad. Faith was agreeing with me. Reborn Kavanaugh, again, we have but one life and we will live it our way and our way only. Amen. Casey, Miss Donna, I miss you. I'm just saying, focus, just staying out of everybody's way. Donna says, if your character is completely bashed and lied about, it is very hard, especially when many believe the lies. If your character is completely bashed and lied about, it is very hard, especially when many people believe the lies. I'm gonna pause just on that comment because this is where you have, when your character is being bashed publicly, I'm going to try to put myself in those shoes. If someone were to get on a live stream and start bashing me and telling people that I'm just going to make up things. This Kathy cheated on her husband. She tries to get money from her church. She abuses her daughter. I don't know. I'm just making up things. I would have to publicly come on and ask them to please prove this, which I know they can't. My integrity is very strong. I live my life according to give God glory. So if someone were to bash me, I would probably just have to say, sorry that you feel that way and move on. I really honestly, truly believe that that is how I would handle that. I would remove myself from the toxicity. I would tell people that they are just going to have to believe what they want to believe and either remain my friend, remain my confidant, or someone else's, because I'm never going to be able to please anyone or everyone. I'm not going to be able to please everyone. It's shame or blame, and it's Satan's biggest weapons. I do believe that those are the two things that cause sin in this world. And as soon as we are aware and recognize those two emotions, that is when you can step away from the situation. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Kavanaugh, going on here. Patty, what's Patty saying? Oh, Patty had to step away. Oh, I hear him sing some wows. I don't know what the wows were for. Welcome to Real Talk with Miss Kathy. Angel said something earlier today that I'm honored that she was saying such kind things about me, Angel, in your stream earlier. She was very kindly saying how blunt I am. I warned you, Jess, that I am pretty blunt. I'm getting more blunt this year because I've taken on a new word, bold. I've found myself becoming very bold this year, and I think that's truly all from the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Donna says we should stand. I just lost it. Where'd it go? Donna says we should stand for those who are being bullied rather than believing lies to help stop the bullying. If more did that, it would at least slow down. Yes, that is so true. If you find someone being bullied, it is very important to stand up to them. It is very important to say, look, it's wrong what you are doing. And don't encourage it. Don't stay with those kind of people. If you're in a situation where someone is being mean to another person, yes, Donna, you are right. We need to stand up and say, look, what you are doing is so not cool. And I'm not going to associate with you while you're having that kind of behavior. Recognize a foolish behavior and do not put yourself in that situation. Do not hang out with foolish people. We all are foolish at some point. We all are fools. So it is very important to recognize who in your table of life is a fool. And when that's happening, don't invite them at your table. You know, kindly just dismiss them and move on. Doesn't mean they might change. Maybe they'll change because you're being different. Maybe they're going to change because you finally held them accountable to it. And then you can invite them back into your table of life. What else do we have here? Angel asked me, what are some ways to deal with being bullied online? I think the same thing, like what I just said. If someone were to come on and say mean things to me, I would just thank them for their opinion and ask them to leave. If they're going to be mean to me on my own stream, in my own chat, then I'm inviting them into my house and I can kindly say, go away. I don't like what you're saying about me. I appreciate your opinion about me, but you're not welcome here anymore. And I would just say, boop, and let them go.
I think it's really hard when it's someone in your life that you know close and personal, rather than like just random trolls, because like you can just always keep blocking them and stuff like that. So that's kind of
it's really easy to be that way with someone in a chat. I can speak on my experience with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-laws. They were so cruel to me. They would say, do you think like you might have gained like a few pounds? You're looking a little bit fat. Christmas Day, I would show up. And I would literally be like, oh, well, actually, I was feeling pretty good. I think I feel a little bit better now. I'm staying warm anyway this winter. And, they would literally just be like, you know, oh, I could see their skin like we just can't get to this girl, you know? And then eventually I would get in the car and go home and be like, yeah, I hate your family. They're horrible to me. They're terrible. And you didn't say anything about it. And, you know, but afterwards, I never, ever, ever let them know how stupid and cruel they were. And I'm not kidding. I've been married 27 years, and it is not until probably the last 3 years that these women have come to know Christ and have realized how mean they were to me for so many years. And they have now come back and said, I can't believe how nice and how forgiving you have been to us through all of that. And I told them, yeah, you were mean. You were very ugly, but I'm glad you're not anymore. It's okay to tell someone that they're, you know, cruel. And it's great to accept someone's apology for it. Hope that answered your question, Angel. Let's see, what else do we got? In awe of Donna Shaw. So if a big group believes the lies on YouTube, do you think that person should remove themselves from YouTube? Let me repeat it. If a big group believes the lies on YouTube, do you think that person should remove themselves from YouTube? No, I do not. I think that you should just remove yourself from that group. Casey Detox, Miss Kathy, I did the same thing. I didn't try to defend myself. I ignored those people, and eventually people saw right through them. Good job, Casey. Makeup by Nicole. That ruins a person's confidence. The shame and blame does. Yes, it does. It is very difficult. And I think that if you have found yourself in a situation where you've been turmoiled and beaten up emotionally, not physically. Now, if you're being physically abused, that's not being bullied. That's a crime. You need to report it. If someone is physically coming at you, that is a crime. That goes beyond bullying. Emotionally throwing mean, cruel things at you, shaming you, it does lower your confidence. And if you can't find a way to build it back up, you need to seek a counselor, a help, or you find a positive source in your life that can build you back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not a professional by no means. I am just strictly giving you my own opinion. Alvin A has a question for Jess. How often do you get bullied?
Back in school, like all the time. And then if I meet people or like I meet certain cliques or something and they decide not to like me, then yeah, but I don't know, I feel it happens less often because I don't really meet a lot of people anymore as much like I used to in school and stuff like that. But the less people are around and meeting nice people, nice positive people, really like I meet less bad people in my life, so
yeah. So your way of handling the bullying is to remove yourself and be around more positive people.
Yes,
build up your confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in second grade, I had a person by the name of Della, and she used to sit on top of me in the back of the school bus, and she would. I was a little scrawny little rat, and she was a very big girl, and she would push me down and then sit on me and squish me and tell me that I was stupid.
Oh my gosh.
When I was in second grade, and I would do, you know, I mean, she was bigger than me. I would thankfully had a few people that would just push her off of me, and I just would look out the window, try to talk to somebody else with me, and just ignore her. Eventually, I have 4 older brothers, so my older brothers decided to carry her off the school bus one day and then sit on her. So that stopped it. I'm not saying that, you know, returning the favor works, but sometimes you do need someone to stick up for you. Most of the time you need someone. If you can't stick up for yourself, you've got to have somebody else sticking up for you.
Yeah.
I had another girl in high school that loved to bully people, and she tried to bully me several times too. My mom, I have to give credit to my mom. She raised me with so much confidence. She just, you know, I would come home and be like, well, Lynn, it's really mean. She told me that I wasn't even allowed to open my locker, and she would slam it shut in my face when I was trying to get my books out. And, you know, my mom would be like, well, go tell a teacher. And I'm like, Mom, I can't be a tattletale. And she's like, well, I mean, if she's going to cause you from being late from the school, you're going to have to deal with your father. You know, if you're not going to get your homework done or get your books, who you want to deal with, your father or her? And so she made it so nonchalant, like that. Okay, you're right. I guess I don't want to deal with my dad. I guess I would rather deal with her. So I have to give credit to my mom because she kept just making things seem so simple. She always kept things simple for me. And I really think that is the answer in avoiding bullies. Don't let them overpower you.
Yes.
Makeup by Nicole. Nobody needs to hear my story about the horrible bullying that I suffered as a teen. I'm assuming that you're writing that because it was just that horrible and that some people don't, you know, you're saying that it was just too bad. But I do think that there was probably times that it is important for you to share your story. I think that sometimes when we share stories of things that we've been through, it can be very beneficial in helping other people, especially if you were able to overcome it. So I would encourage you to share your story, especially if you were able to overcome it. Alan A says, you ever wonder who they are? They say I'm a weirdo. I've been told I'm a weirdo too, Alvin. How far behind am I? Linda says, my husband's grandma used to do that to me, Miss Kathy. Oh yeah, they're just, some people are, it's jealousy. A lot of times when people are trying to find a way to overpower you, they're just jealous of you. It is shame. They're trying to shame you. Is there anyone else that would like to come on the panel? Jess and I both agreed that we welcome anyone else who wants to come on and share a story or give their opinions as well. I do welcome it, as long as it's positive dialogue. Random life, interesting subject again. Thank you. Thank you, Casey Detox, for deleting a message that I don't know what it said. Casey Detox, you have no control over one person, two people, 1 million people. You have no, I'm totally botching that up, sorry. You have no control over one person to 1 million people. The only person you have control over is you. Why waste your time trying to convince people who you are? Ignore them. Yes, I agree. You are never going to convince someone who wants to overpower you that you're better than them. You will not be able to convince them. The only way you'll be able to convince them is by letting them show how idiotic they are. By ignoring them, because they're just going to move on to somebody else because they're just waiting for a reaction. They just want that reaction. And if they're not going to get it from you, they're going to go get it from somebody else who will give it to them. I love the fact that you stand for truth and do not compromise that. Angel. Donna is saying that about Angel. And I concur. I wish I would figure out a better way to stay up on this chat. Boy, Sir Blumpkin, if you are still in here listening, Casey, thank you for hiding whatever it is that you felt the need to hide. Let's see. Random life, it's horrid being bullied at school. It is. I had to watch my son go through it for 3 years. It's not fun. And he struggled with letting them bother him. And so he would come home really crushed for a lot of times. And he ended up actually fighting back eventually. His junior year, he finally grew. My son was really small. All my kids grew later. They went from like 4'10" their freshman year to 6 foot their senior year. Like they just flew up. So they all developed later, like their junior, senior years. My son had just ended up coming back his junior year from summer, and all the football coaches were like, who is this kid? That's Johnny. It's little Johnny. So he didn't get bullied anymore. And it's terrible because it's usually, it's mostly a size thing when it comes to school, especially with boys. If you see a smaller boy and a bigger boy, like they need that dominance. And that's what bullying is. It's dominating power. Ridiculous. Miss Kathy, you better be nice. What's Angel saying? You better be nice or we're going to call Della. No, yeah. Is that what her name was? Della. Yeah, that was her name. You know, I believe that Della is, I believe she still lives around here, and I think that she is a youth leader for a Baptist church around here. Donna says, If more stood up to bullies and more stood up with them, the bullies would stop. Too many want to turn the other way instead of having, I just lost it. You guys, give me 1 minute here. I gotta shrink my text down because I had it really blown up because I'm blind. And I was losing my window because the words were too big. Jess, if you see Donna's text and can read it for me while I look for it, I would appreciate that. Otherwise, I'm scrolling around here trying to find it again. Oh, here I found it. If more stood up to bullies and more stood with them, the bullies would stop. Too many want to turn the other way instead of having a backbone. People would rather run in fear than stand up to the evil. Here's the other thing with adults and live streaming with bullying. If you feel you're in a situation online being bullied and you don't think there's anyone standing up for you, then you're meddling in the wrong community and you need to find yourself a different one altogether. I mean that by the bottom of my heart. If you are finding yourself mingling with about 15, 20 people constantly and you're not feeling protected, then you need to completely remove yourself from that group. Eventually, you're going to find someone who will build you back up online. Aaliyah says, am I weird that I always feel bad for bullies? I always say, wonder what's going on in their life to make them do this. Yeah, I think that it's not weird to feel sad for them. I feel very sad. I felt very sad for my sister-in-laws and my mother-in-law for years because of the way they constantly tried to make me feel horrible about myself. I felt very sorry for them.
Also, like, you're thinking about not thinking about yourself and you're just kind of like putting your mind somewhere else and thinking, why are they the way they are? And just kind of thinking like about it, you know, instead of focusing like, oh, what's wrong with me, you know?
Yeah,
I kind of think that way. Like,
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's that if you have a jealousy nature in your heart, you're naturally going to become a bully. So once you recognize that you are jealous of someone, then you have to fight that. You're going to have to find a way to build yourself up because jealousy is not pretty on anybody. Angel says, you know, the ones who hurt others. Yeah. Yeah, they're hurting. They're sick. They're sick. They don't feel good. Homestead Tessie, with having a channel, I studied human emotions, and it is so interesting. If you want to share that channel that you're talking about, Tessie, please do. Brocknex, I had to deal with bullies a lot throughout my school life. It's part of what inspired me to join the Marines. Brocknex, that is why my son is in the Army. He says that to this day, that he felt he wanted to protect other people. He's definitely a protector, and I think it's a lot to do with the fact that he got ridiculed and beat up so much in school. Homestead Tessie says she was never bullied until she turned 48 in YouTube. I have to guess that sometime during that age of when this is happening to you, Tessie, is that you lost confidence in yourself. And I hope that you have changed that around. If you want to come on the panel and talk, I would welcome that. Let me know. How far away am I from getting through this chat? Is somebody already saying they want to be on here? Can you go to the bottom, Jess, and look? Because if they have, let me know. Gemma says she was bullied for 3 years by her own cousin. It really impacted her life. Sorry. Sometimes it is jealousy, greed, power, hungry are the reasons. Yeah, it's definitely a dominance of power Ignore, ignore, ignore. Save your energy for something positive and keep moving. Pragna says he agrees with Miss Kathy. Sharing your story can help you deal with difficult memories. Yes. Am I getting there? It goes with territory random. Holmes Tessie says it goes with the territory random. It made me stronger and rely on the Lord more. Casey said the sticks and stones word. Did you see the bottom of the chat? Did anybody say they wanted to come on, Jess?
I didn't see anything, no.
Makeup by Nicole. I was assaulted. Now, see, that's not bullying. That's a crime. When you were 3 weeks pregnant with my daughter, I was knocked out for over 5 minutes and got brain damage of the temporal lobe. And I've had my hair burnt in choir class. It was just terrible, sad. Nicole, that's not bullying. That is a crime. That is way beyond bullying. When someone physically assaults you or hurts you or touches you, that needs to be reported. It goes beyond bullying when it becomes physical. Gemma says, I was bullied badly in school, really badly, and it impacted who I am today. It helped me get stronger. Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to overcome that, Gemma, and build yourself up and be around other people who can build your confidence up. Donna says to stick up for the underdog. Not only stick up for them, but show them how they can be more confident in themselves. Show them how to ignore it. Cool channel name. Without a bully, you have no underdog. Makeup by Nicole. I ditched school a lot because of it and always told the cops that I wasn't going back to school, and I really had no protection at all except for the incident with me being 3 weeks pregnant. Wow. Yeah, did she say she wanted to come up? I would love to hear more about that. It's so hard to decipher a story just from one text. Mm-hmm. Donna says there were special needs kids in school that I stood up for all the time. I refused to walk in fear. Tana, I am reading Donna's book, and I'm just touching the surface. I think you just met your first love. I'm very intrigued by your story, and I hope to finish it soon so that I can help you with the editing of it. You have a wonderful story to tell that will inspire many. Underrated Darkness, hello, how are you? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. I think I'm almost there. This is deep and interesting subject, something I'm passionate about raising awareness of. Thank you, Gemma. Trey's Creation, hello. If you're still here. Sorry if I missed you. In school, we all bullied a boy who didn't shower. He smelled. I had a good friend. They called her Smelly Kelly. And I always felt that was so mean. I always felt like I wanted to be friends with the bullies. I think that was because my mom made me so confident that I felt like I could be confident with other people. So if you have confidence and you know someone who is being bullied, it is very important that you stand up for them and you show them by example of how they can be more positive and to ignore it. You know, when you, for me, it's even gotten more stronger the more I've come to know Christ. I am a Jesus Christ follower, so when I have my identity in Christ, it's like he comes out and he's my protector. Homestead Tessie says, Donna, I grew up being in YouTube for 2 years. I was very low self-esteem before I came to this platform. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that your self-esteem has been lifted. Miss Kathy, absolutely, but there are still days where I doubt myself, and sometimes I believe I deserved it. Sometimes I do believe that I deserve it. You did not deserve it, Gemma. No one deserves to be ridiculed. No one deserves to be overpowered. We are all created equal in God's image. And if you are in a situation where someone is trying to be over you or overpowering from you, then you need to remove that person from your life. You need to thank them for their opinions, and you need to dismiss yourself from them. Donna, Tess says you are confident in the Lord and it shows. That's awesome. Dwayne, I can't say his last name. Whitaker. Love is really what we need. Hatred does not help anyone in this world. Amen. Okay, I'm flipping through. I think I'm at the end. I'm here. People of the mass mob. What was that a question of? Here's Trey. I was bullied when I was in high school. Kids threw rocks and ice at me because I was scared and afraid. See, that is where you have to know the difference. If it is a physical abuse, it is a crime and it needs to be reported. I hope you reported that, Trey.
In school, like, they don't talk about that. Like, when I went to school, like, way back then, high school, they didn't even know. Nobody knew what anxiety was, and I didn't even know what anxiety was, and yeah. So it was harder back then going to school because, yeah, they just don't, they never talk about what physical abuse is from other kids, so it happens a lot, and even teachers see it happening and they don't do anything about it, because, yeah.
Yeah, that is just, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bringing awareness to bullying is one thing, but physical abuse is just a whole nother subject. I think it just goes beyond bullying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Cool channel name says, I have 3 brothers, so I got home bullied. I have 4 brothers, and my brother Mike would be in charge and babysit me, and he would have parties and have people come over, and I was the young one, and you know, of course, the younger sister, I'm going to tell Mom if you have them over here, because he would make me sit in my room so I wouldn't annoy his friends. And he used to tell me, if you tell Mom, I'll just beat you up. And or what would he say? Oh, I can't remember. He was so mean. He would say, I don't care if you tell Mom, I still would have had the pleasure of beating you up. Oh my goodness, I remember that. He used to sit me down and just tap on my chest and hold me down. Homestead Tessie, Donna, I did not know you had a book. Can you let me know on Facebook I get a copy? She's trying to get it published, Tess. I'm going to try to get my editing done so she can get it going on that. 5 brothers and 5 sisters, the middle child of 11. Oh my goodness. I am certain there was some wrestling going on in that house. Bullying can also take place online more now, trolling, abusive messages on social media. Jets, Angel brought me to the term, to know the term of doxing yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's when you leak somebody's address and their home phone number and everything, and it's like, that's terrible. I see a lot of people go through it, and it's just like, then it gets personal because, you know, everybody can come to your house and all that and call you all night thinking it's funny, and it's like, it's really not funny at all.
Yeah, that's very scary. I didn't know, I'd never heard the term doxing until yesterday, and I searched it a little bit today. And yeah, I think that's beyond bullying too.
Yeah.
That's something that should be reported.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne, I did not see your above comments. If I didn't read through them, would you put them through again? I am finally caught up with the chat. Hello, Joker is here. Did I miss your reminder? I asked you to remind me. Sorry, I must have forgotten to remind you. Leah says, is doxing the same as swatting? I think that swatting is part of doxing.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk more about that? You said you've seen people had that happen.
It's where somebody calls if they get your phone number address, they call the police and say, this person has drugs in their house, they're selling drugs, they're making drugs and all this kind of stuff, or just anything like that would make like the police like set a warning, and then they would all come with like guns and everything.
Yeah, that's just terrible.
And it's like, that is terrifying to think about that. Like, just you're sleeping and all of a sudden all these police come in the door, like flying through your door, and it's like at that point you would have to move.
Yeah, I did a real talk on swatting this week, and we talked about having a VPN, a virtual private network, and being very wary about your personal information. I think that that's different than trolling. That's actually going out with a vengeance, a revenge towards someone when you're being doxxed. I think that that's a personal threat that's happening between someone. Let me scroll up just a tad. Donna says, if your life being threatened is also being beyond bullied, as well as being threatened to be raped, etc., I have also been threatened to be doxxed. Wow, Donna. I hope you're not hanging around them people anymore. Block those people. Please tell me you've blocked those people. If anybody threatened to dox me right now, I don't know. I honestly can't say what I would do, but yeah, I would be blocking them.
If you ever get threatening messages, my suggestion is screenshot everything and put it in a folder on your computer. And if it gets out of hand to the point where people are stalking you, go to the police with all the evidence and print it out and everything. That's my advice. So.
Yeah, that's very good advice. Studio Geek, you want to come on the panel? Studio Geek is in high school today, so I'm sure he witnesses bullying, and he may have some things to say about it. Angel, swatting is the police or FBI coming to your home. Yes, swatting is when they actually bombard your door and come from a 911 call. Doxing might be a threat to something of swatting. Joker says, typically it seems they come hand in hand. Cool channel name, to ensure the children will have the things they need. Yeah, I was saying, if you do become a live streamer and you do want to find yourself being out there on the internet, especially if you're going to take on controversial subjects, you need to have a VPN. Donna says, I trust God and keep going. Even if no one stood with me, I would still stand. If God is for you, who can stand against you? I will not walk in fear, Miss Kathy. Good for you. Not only don't walk in fear, Donna, but walk wisely. Find someone who can give you wisdom and discernment as far as who to be around. And, you know, if it continues like that over and over, you have to question yourself and you have to start questioning someone else. What am I doing? Why are these people still coming at me? And then hopefully you can figure out a way to stop those people by blocking them, by not associating yourself with them.
I say, this is evidence. I will take this to the cops if you continue contacting me. And that usually shuts them down if you threaten the police on them.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I do that, not a lot, but if it gets bad, I do that because I'm not afraid to go to the cops. So.
Have you ever had to do that twice with someone?
No.
Yeah.
It usually works the first time and they get so scared because they know they're committing a crime. They know they're stalking you. So.
Yeah. Now, you say that that's happened more than once or twice or so, but are these people that are continually coming in your life because they're associated with the same other person? Are they just completely separate situations?
Like, I know them in person, stuff like that. I've met them, so. They were friends in the past, so.
But you're not associated with them now?
No.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But if it's somebody online that, like, if they're fake profile, they're fake profile. But like, if it's somebody that's like a mutual friend on Facebook or something like that, and they do that, I have the evidence of them being threatening. So I say I have the evidence. I can contact the cops if you keep harassing me, and then they end up blocking me. So.
Oh, yeah. Then they end up blocking you. That's probably a good thing. If a bully's blocking you, yay, you're just away from them. ATJH just came in. Thank you for joining us. He's been listening for a bit. Bullying needs to stop. ATJH Travels, I hate to break it to you, but it ain't never going to stop. The only way to stop bullying is to stop your reacting to it. It's 12:45 a.m. here in the UK, so I will bid you all good night. Well, thank you for coming and staying up so late with us. Donna says, Creator Allowance, I finally learned how to screenshot. Oh, okay, yay. That's going to save you a lot.
Screenshot is like the best thing.
Creator Alliance says that what you said was smart, a brave woman. I'm sorry, as women, you are subjected to these threats more than men. I wonder about that, though. I think
especially with gaming and stuff, too.
Yeah, Miss Kathy, this is the main reason I started hunting catfish as a hobby, because you found people were being bullied. ATJH Shovels, thank you, my friend. Dwayne says, it is against the law to phone the police and falsely accuse someone of a crime. Yes, it is. And what they were talking about this week is they use burner phones, which that's another term I wasn't familiar with until this week. But it's an untraceable call to the 911, and that's how they're getting away with it, Dwayne. I didn't see easy tips and tricks come in. Hello, thank you for coming. Patsy Houlihan is here. Why did Angel said, I ain't everyone? I must have missed Patsy coming in. Sorry. Oh, so Tessie says, I find women who bully are even more cruel. Oh, yeah, girls are mean. And I have an 11-year-old daughter, so I'm just learning how mean girls are. Yes, I was a young girl, but I hung out with boys almost my entire life. Still to this day, most of my close friends are guys. Girls are mean. Patsy's got angel emojis everywhere. I think women are attacked more as a whole. Just because we are women does not make us weak. Yes. I think there are guys out there that are being attacked. I just think women are talkers. Women talk about it more. Calls can still be traced by the police. Yeah, I do. I know the Corn Life Network says that they're still investigating him, and they're hopefully being able to trace it because it happened more than once in his actual residential neighborhood, the swatting. Bullying was an issue. Depends on how you use the word, but yes, I've known several women who were duped by men for sex. Now, was there bullying involved or just deceit and deception? Good question. Guess it depends on the person and the circumstance. Dwayne says wars have been started by people who are bullied. Bullies needs to stop. Angel, good, now I feel special, Patsy. Donna says, I think there are men too who are weak, and that is why they bully sometimes. Yep. How are we doing on time, Jess?
Good.
What time is it? We've been going almost an hour. Are you okay?
7:53. Yeah.
Hey, Food Forest Permaculture. That's it. Good night. I didn't get any cool, like, Howie techie text. You got to give me something. You must have said something earlier and I missed it. I'm sorry, Howie. Howie is highly intelligent. At least he is in his chats anyway. I can't hardly pronounce some of the words he uses. I know Jesus can make things right. Amen. Jesus is my strength. All the way. Let's get Miss Kathy to 1,000. You know what? I've been getting closer. I've been getting closer. That's a good thing. Thank you, Angel. Angel, do you want to come on the stream? You're working though. I think you're at Costco. What about you, Donna? Do you want to come up, or Tess? Please let me know. I'd be happy to share the link. I'm not going to put the link in the chat because I don't want just anybody to be able to pop in here. Joker, you want to come up? Studio Geek, if you're still in here. King Jellybean and Studio Geek had told me that they wanted to come on here tonight, but I've only seen Studio Geek type once. Joker says men are considerably more likely to commit violent crimes as well as sexual. In 2011, forced rape was 98% men and violent crimes was about 70% men. Thank you for that statistics, Joker. I didn't look up any bullying or crime statistics before I streamed tonight, so I appreciate that. Patsy says we won't stop bullying. It's in the workplace, in every organization, politics. It's part of our carnal nature, our group together or pick on the weak. Yeah, we can't stop it. You're right. It's just always going to be there. And our world's just going to be getting worse and worse and worse the more we get into it. Until Jesus comes.
Yeah.
I visited because I don't want anti-bullying to be used to remove tough love. Yeah, I agree with that. Have you ever gone home and told your parent when you were young, tell your parents that, you know, so-and-so picked on you? My dad would say, get over it.
Yeah, same here.
So that's it, get over it. So, and literally I would be like, okay. And I had to, because that's all they would give me. They didn't dwell on it. One of the things that I really think to this day caused my son to get bullied so much for so long is because I cradled him when he came home. He was my first boy. I tried to talk to him and tried to explain to him why it was happening. And he would be like, Mom, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, but you have to talk about it, honey. We have to get to the bottom of it. And I wish sometimes I was like my mom or dad. Well, get over it. Who cares what they think? And that is all I got. Like, I didn't even get a long hour talk at night. I'd just be like, go to bed, be like, do they not even care? And I just became to not care. I just was like, okay, my parents literally think this is no big deal. Why do I think it's a big deal? And I think that was part of the problem of why my son got bullied as long as he did, because I cradled to him too much. Child abuse can lead to bullying. Oh, I definitely believe that anyone who is trying to dominate their power over someone most likely had their power dominated as well in their youth or in the past.
Yeah, because how they learn it.
Yeah, it's definitely a learned. We have to learn respect, and we can learn bullying as well. Tess says, Donna, I would, but I'm heading to bed. I start chores every Monday by 3 a.m. so she can go to bed early. Oh, well, thank you anyway. Maybe some other time. Patsy says, when we join cliques, we don't even realize that we are prone to be the bullies. Yeah, I mean, I think that happens a lot in high schools or grade schools. Sometimes if you come to a school or come to a group and you start to meet people and you want to become popular, you want to be accepted, so it's hard to speak up, because if they are the popular group and you are joined into it, you're going to lose that friendship. But yeah, the popular group is not usually the most popular group. They're usually the meanest. I told my kids that all the time. You do not want to be part of the popular group, trust me. Donna says, my oldest got bullied all the time in grade school. When I told him to stand up to them, it stopped. Yeah, sometimes that works. Sometimes you can overpower them, but mostly I still think to this day that you just need to not react. Creators Alliance, are we born innately good? Oh, yay! Creator says he'll come up. Angel says, Miss Kathy, I've been bullied by Patsy Hooley. She used to take my lunch until Millie Spike took her. Donna says, I told him he wouldn't get in trouble at home. Sometimes the bullies laugh because they are getting away with it. Yeah, that's very true, Donna. Joker, I'm going to send you the link. I'd love for you to come up. I'm going to put it in Twitter. I think we're connected on Hangouts too. I'll put it there too, if I can find that chat box. Give me a sec, guys. I'm not looking at what I'm doing here. Let's see what Joker
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Of course you can. When I tell my students, though, I don't know, can you? I used to make them say, may I go?
I'll be right back.
Joker, I sent you the link in your Twitter. Patsy says she still has the toy pistol. Makeup by Nicole. You do not want to be popular. Thank you, Tess, for coming. Donna says she told him not to react for a long time. It didn't work until they whipped him. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you don't want to think that violence is the answer. But I have to agree with you, Donna. Sometimes somebody just needs a good kick in the butt. Am I buffering you guys? I lost my chat. I lost my little screen. Hold on, I gotta pop my chat back out. I'm not very good at all this stuff here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Did you get it, Joker? Joker says, Angel, when a doll takes your mark, I just lost it. What did it say? Hey, Angel Munez is here. Easy tips and tricks. I see you again. How you doing? I'll be going live tonight at 7:30 with the Insane Friend Group. God bless. Dwayne, my late uncle said that if you have to fight back and stand up to bullies. I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes people just when you walked away, we were talking about some people just need a good kick in the butt. Sometimes you just need to kick some A, you know? Sometimes that really is the answer. Angel, when a doll takes your lunch, it's not bullying, it's just sad. You need a martial arts membership. Of course not talking of you, Patsy. Patsy's got a gun. Watch out, everybody. Patsy wants to know if she has permission to go to the bathroom, too. Studio Geek, you want to come on? There are no dolls in this room. Trey's here. Trey, would you like to come on and tell your story? I was buffering there for a little while. I sent Joker the link. He said he would like to come up. And Trey wants to come up. Okay, Trey, I'll send you the link too. I gotta find my message box for you. Here we go. Go to Twitter, Trey. I just sent it to you. Does she have anything else to say? Donna, do you want to come up? Dwayne says it's going to get worse. Jesus will fix it when he returns. I feel sorry for anyone who doesn't believe that. Donna says, my cousin picked on me horribly as a kid. Did you write about that in your book? I know the one was pulling on your hair in the back. I remember reading that in your book. Grandma always said not to fight back. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. Oh, Tina. You're talking about Tina, Donna. I remember reading that part. The punch stopped it. Bullies do not understand anything else, Miss Kathy. They don't stop. You're right, Donna. Bullying is not going to stop. It will not stop. Miss Kathy, I'm not going to come on. I am not feeling well. But in 10 minutes, I will see. Okay. I understand, Sammy. I hope you feel better, hon. Donna says not tonight. Okay, that's fine. Joker, are you still in the chat? Did that link work for you? We're like both dead. I'm gonna end it if Joker does. Joker needs to, either type or come on, because otherwise I'm gonna say goodnight, because I think it was an awesome chat.
Yeah.
Going back to work, Angel? Okay, thank you for coming. I have to watch out. See where I'm scratching right now? I had a skin biopsy taken today, and I got a big Band-Aid right here. And it's itching. So I'm hoping I don't cut myself. Angel, thank you so much for doing everything you've been doing tonight in the chat. I really appreciate that. Dwayne says, major wars were instigated by someone who was a bully. They thought they could blame others for their problems. See, blame. He just said the magic word. It's shame or blame. Patsy Houlihan gets tired of me saying that all the time, but it's
true.
It's true. It's just the simple way of seeing sin in this world. It's how it all starts. So, well, I don't think Joker is really coming up. Actually, Trey said he was too. So let me give him a few minutes. I just hate the dead silence part of live streaming. Let me look at my Twitter real quick. Make sure I sent that link. Tell me about your channel, Jess.
It's mostly I just post anything I feel like, random stuff. I like doing reviews on products and.
All right, there we go. Quick wow.
Hi, Trey.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
How you been?
I'm good. You want to tell us about your story about the rocks and stuff? Did you get the cops involved?
Yeah, I did that one time ago. I would believe that was that. I mean, that happened since I was in the 3rd grade. Now, during high school, I did get bullied. When I was, let's just say I took like a GED program and everybody just called me old, I look weird. Try staying in the current, I cannot talk today.
What's a GED program? To get your graduate's degree?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, but when I was like in the 3rd grade, I can remember little kids threw rocks at me in my eyes. It was so painful. Look, I used to have marks on the head when I was like very little. I mean, not very little, but when I was in the 3rd grade, I mean, kind of showed a little bruises. And then I just sort of gave.
That's beyond bullying. What did you do? Did you report it? Were you telling anyone? Or
well, I told to my mother, and before my sister had her accident, she got my back. She actually told my mother to tell these kids to stop doing it. And we got someone else on the line. Anyway, but
Hi, Joker.
Hello.
Trey was telling us his story.
Yes, and then my sister told my mother, and my mother got on to those kids. They quit throwing rocks and ice, and they got the cops on them. Believe it or not, my mother called the cops on them.
Yeah.
And that was at a baseball field one time ago.
So what? I'm sorry, I just missed the beginning of that. What? I just missed.
When he was in elementary school, he was having rocks thrown at the back of his head.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. I can't remember what age I was at. And then when I was going into the 4th grade, I started doing homeschooling. And this was worse. Believe me, this got worse. When I did homeschooled, I stayed homeschooled for about 8 years. And I never got out. I never even saw people. Tell you the truth, I hated people when I was homeschooled. I never liked to see them, never liked to show my face out in public. Until I decided, start this GED to do high school experience to get my diploma and stuff. And that's when I had to figure out, maybe I can do a second chance getting used to people. Now, although people can look at me weird saying he's an old man, why is he back in school? I explained it, and I still got picked on during a lot of years, but eventually, since how I got bullied, I had to keep my nose up.
Yeah, and stop
I
feeling
told
like you
them,
have to
I told
explain
them,
yourself.
if you don't fight, that's the best courage you get. Without dealing with the problem or nothing. That's how I've been going through for years. And I'm not I'm not a fighter. Maybe say that. I'm not a fighter. Not nothing like that. I'm more like a person who knows how to be smart and not get in that situation again.
Yeah, I think sometimes people feel like they have to explain themselves, and that's what ends up creating the bullying, because you're reacting when you feel like you have to explain yourself to someone. You don't have to
Yeah.
explain yourself to someone, and they're getting a reaction from you. They're asking you a question: why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you like this? Why are you like that? Just say thank you for your opinion and move on. That you're going to react to them by trying to give them an explanation. The more you feel like you have to explain yourself, the more you're going to cause the bullying to continue. You're giving them a reaction that they want. If you don't react to them, then they're just going to move on to somebody else.
Right. And this is what, when I was in high school, this is what I learned. And there's like a very good point here. When people want to act bullies, wait till they find themselves looking in the mirror, Wait for them to look into a mirror and see what they've done to some other person, what they did to them. And I'll say this, my stepbrother got bullied one time during college. I mean, he got so bad picked on, he had a black eye. Some person punched him. I can't remember who the guy was.
But see, that's where I was trying to differentiate between bullying and assault.
Right.
If it becomes physical, it becomes assault. It just drops the line. It goes beyond bullying after that.
Right. And eventually, people who are bullying or assaulting other persons, they can actually look into a mirror and look at themselves and how they treated the other person and how stupid they really are for doing that to them. That's how I've been keeping that's how I've been saying that for a lot of years, keeping that.
But if you tell a bully they're being stupid, then you're reacting to them.
Right.
What do you think, Joker? What do you have to say on the topic?
I think you're pretty much right on spot, right on top. Right on the head. Most bullying, most teasing, most this type of behavior is the major function of that behavior is attention. Probably because of lack of in earlier stages in life. Even in middle school or elementary, it's usually due to some sort of detachment at a very young age. And so I think that's probably the best for sure. And but we all know it's hard to do that. It's hard to feel like you are giving in. By not responding, by not standing up for yourself. That becomes hard, but I think still you're probably right. That would be the best, unless you have, some way of subduing them, or something. But that does in grade school, that's not really possible, obviously. So, yeah, ignoring would be the thing to do, or run, I guess.
Well, if it becomes physical, yeah, run. Unless you can overpower the person, then run. Yeah. Slander laws is what Donna was talking about when they bash your character. It's not bullying. It's something totally different. It goes beyond that. Cool channel name. A funny thing that actually made me a bully. That actually made me a bully for a few years in school is I would stare at people. When my parents got me some eyeglasses, I could then see that the people I stared at could see me. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but if you're going to tell a bully, when you are standing up for someone that is being bullied and you're going to go over and tell the bully that they're being stupid, that is opening up a chance for them to then come around and bully you too. And that's when you have removed the bullying from this person, because now you have reacted. So now they're going to come at you. So the next step is going to be whether or not you continue to argue or react with that person, or just accept their opinion and move away. The only way to stop the chain of bullying is stop reacting to it.
I think they like the attention. That's why they keep doing it. And
oh yeah, they crave
might not get at
attention.
home or in their life, and they want that attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they crave it. They crave it. You can't tell a fool he's being a fool.
No, I'd say that's pretty true. I mean, if you, I mean, what is it? It all depends on the situation. I mean, when does the bully become the bully? When does the bullied become the bully? It's not. It's absolutely just as wrong, is it not? Is there justification for being bullied to bully? I mean, I don't really think so. Of course, that's a debate that a lot of people have. So at what point does that? I mean, it immediately becomes bullying, especially if you're a third party stepping in. And it is definitely immediately. And I mean,
yeah. Well, and especially if it becomes violent, like when it comes to the physical point, it just becomes a different category.
The real question, though, I think, and this is as far as like online cyberbullying and whatnot, if both parties are guilty of whatever you would consider to be negative speech towards someone or threats, they're both bullying each other. A lot of times seems to be the case. And also, I mean, bullying is still a relative term. Everybody may define it a little differently. And also if it doesn't, if the two people involved don't think it's bullying and the third person's opinion is totally irrelevant. So, these questions just make this type of subject a hard thing to classify and then create some sort of rules, guides, laws to then prosecute. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, I mean, these are relative terms and they can be set forth by the law, but we all know the law is still, it's still hard to understand exactly what the law says. I mean, and essentially the Supreme Court or any judge can overrule the law anyway. So it's like, on all these issues, it's kind of, and I think of cyberbullying specifically, it's like, we're still new. We're still in its infancy. And as far as like most people being online.
Yeah. I've been on live streams where I've seen somebody ranting about somebody else that bullied them or lied to them. And the entire time I'm watching them, and probably only an intelligent person is going to see through it, is that, wow, you're being a bully too. Like watching them talking about a bullying while they're being a bully themselves. It's ridiculous.
It's not justified. There's no justification for bullying, for turning around and bullying someone else for being bullied. I mean,
yeah.
Of course, it's not necessarily, it's not going to be, you may not get the justice you want on the other end either. And that's kind of the sad part in life.
Yeah.
We don't always get that revenge, or we don't always get the satisfaction that somebody was punished for their bad behavior or whatever.
In the world today, we should be just, I'm trying to think. I learned this from a pastor. We're supposed to live in a positive and a peaceful world without having all that mess. Not the bullying, not the cyber, not nothing. We're having to be kind to others and not respecting the person.
Temptation and free will.
That's it.
I mean, that's what keeps us from.
Yeah. Donna says, I take it for a while, but enough is enough. You shouldn't have taken it at all. That's the only way you should have stopped it, is just by not taking it at all. It's really important to recognize when someone's being negative towards you. And at that point, the recognition is so important to stop the reaction.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. That I think, I don't know your situation completely, Jess, but from what you were saying, I mean, and the things, and you talked about when you would say something and then they would stop at that point. It's kind of to your point too, Miss Kathy. It's better to get that early intervention and when it first starts, because by the time, if they establish some sort of, even if it's only in their own mind, dominance or that you are weak, then they're not going to, the longer it goes on, the less likely they are to back down. and the more likely it is obviously to get more serious. So you should take it seriously. And that's what I was trying to say. Like, you should take it seriously from the jump, from the beginning, if only just taking a note of it yourself. And I know it's hard to do that because you don't want to become cold and looking towards everybody jokes or words as hate or bullying. But it's like I said, I haven't deleted a message of any kind in my email, not an email, not a DM, not a text message, not a nothing have I deleted in over 5 years. And that's only because that was before I could put them all in the cloud. So it's like, I keep records of everything, and not for that reason, but just that's it plays for a reason. It's hard to do that though. It's easy to just kind of, as a kind person, to forgive and to give people the benefit of the doubt early on, and for life we have to protect ourselves. We have to be aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get something and you're not sure what they're saying or what their tone was, so it's okay to ask them again, but it's as soon as if it causes a negative reaction to you, that's when you have to stop it. You have to stop and say, okay, I'm feeling negative about this. I'm just going to accept the opinion and move on. You have to understand when it becomes negative towards you. And that's when it's important to just not react to it anymore. Donna says, Rant Champs just makes fun of bullies. Oh, I mean, in a sense, then he's just being a bully himself if he does do that. You can't make fun of someone else for bullying. I mean, then you're just bullying.
Well, and that's the talk I had with him on the hot seat, is that satire accepts that one or a small group of people's feelings are going to be sacrificed for the better good. And the problem still lies in the fact that who decides what the better good is. The author of the piece of satire? No, that doesn't make sense either. So, and that's the problem. But it's still effective. It's worked in history, so can't deny that.
That is true. Evil loves to prey on the good. I don't know. People should be kinder to each other and help each other, not put people down. I agree. Anonymous Light, thank you for coming. It's my journey. Thank you for coming. I am glad that people are talking this out. I was bullied on YouTube for over 18 months, with the last video being a couple of days ago. If you'd like to come on and tell us about it, we can offer you our advice. 18 months of bullying. I feel for you. I hope it wasn't 18 months of reacting as well. Cool channel name. Well, Anonymous, some people do sit on a high horse. Donna says they don't like to mess with him because of it. I think they mess with them. I think they enjoy it. Honestly, that's my opinion. Cool channel name. Thinking they are in a ivory tower. Dustin Lasagna, welcome to my channel. I love a juicy mystery. Okay. Donna says everyone is fighting a battle we know not of. Oh, that's so true. We all do have trials.
I think it's good to talk about them and bring light to them.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is best to ignore it, but I do think it's important to talk about it to someone else on the side that is going to lift you up and help you be more positive. Yes. To not take it on and to not carry that and to have that esteem be lowered. It is important to talk about it. It's okay not to be okay. It's not okay to stay that way.
Yeah.
Anonymous Life, some that preach to be good are the evil ones, some not all. Well, there's definitely angels in disguise out there. Dustin says, thank you for the welcoming. And Dwayne is right. Well, guys, I think we've hashed this out pretty good tonight. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add?
Just say, like you were about to say, I mean, or that you were kind of saying, your support system is the most important thing you can have. And establish that amongst your children too, as well, that teachers and certain figures in their lives can be that part of that circle to an extent. And in your support system, lean on them. Don't be afraid to do that. If you have questions about somebody and you feel like if you ask them it could turn the wrong direction, then ask somebody you aren't threatened by. Don't feel like you have to take everything on by yourself. In life, that's what a lot of people seem to do. I'm guilty of it as well, of course. And being strong, it's not weak to ask for help.
Right.
Sometimes that's actually the strongest thing you can do.
Yeah. It's My Journey says she did react to it at first because she didn't know any better. And I'm glad that now you do. But I reacted back in January of 2018 and I never said another word, but she continued to bully and assassinate my character. I deal with it better now. They're going to continue to do it as you react to it. As soon as you stop reacting, they will stop. That is the whole point of why they're doing it. They're getting a reaction from you.
Yeah.
Kit Kat. Hi, Kit Kat. How are you? We probably won't be on much longer, Kit Kat, but thank you for coming.
I'm going to go ahead and get off. That's Kathy.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Are you streaming tonight?
Yes, I'm actually having a big announcement for my channel. Big things are going. And I'm having Jiggy Family Vlogs on, and yeah, I mean, my topic tonight's not much different. Not really much different than this. I mean, a little different, but it still maybe stems from some of the same actions. But
what
so, yeah,
time?
I mean, it's supposed to be, I think, at 9, and so it's about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll probably still be up.
Go and get off and talk with Jiggy and everything. So I'll see y'all later. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I'll probably come to your stream.
Okay.
Good.
Take care.
Thank you, Trey, for coming up. And thank you so much, JesKay, for helping me set this all up tonight. It has been a great topic. I'm really glad we were able to hatch it out and talk it through. I hope it did inspire someone. I hope it encouraged someone. That is the reason for my Real Talks. And if you are interested in coming on my show, please find my Twitter link below. And I'd be...
Don't worry. I will. Yeah. Oh, and it was Jess, right? Jess?
Yes, Jess.
Okay. Let me give you a story before I even go. You know, back... And, you know, here's the thing. I didn't know if I was a bully because I was doing a comedy deal with one of my puppets 1 month ago. And I can't remember what I said, but I think I offended I'm trying to remember what I said, but I offended someone that I didn't mean to say. I mean, it's like one of those cruel jokes, you know? Have you ever heard of a cruel joke to someone that kind of hurts their feelings? Like saying, you know, you're calling them fat or ugly, whatever. I can't remember what I said, but it had to be something to do of... Oh, I remember now. It was about the mixture with autism and something else. I didn't know the meaning of that joke. I didn't know what the meaning of it was. Yes, I can't remember. Because I used to have a manager one time ago who helped me with the joke. I had to fire him anyway. But, you know, I couldn't say her jokes because, you know, and Miss Kathy knows me better, so you can ask her what I do.
Yeah, Trey's a ventriloquist.
Yes, and to tell you the truth, I don't usually use the ventriloquism for bad things, you know. I'm not like any other person who likes to... I'm not like those comedians who want to say, "How you doing, dude? You look like a bat." You know, something like that. I don't do that. But, I mean, I didn't know I even realized what that joke meant. And like I said, I used to have a manager who typed that stuff, and I had to fire him. Because, you know, I never liked doing that. You know, not by hurting people's feelings. You can't do that. So, I mean...
So you had a line in your ventriloquist act that was crude humor, and you got bullied for it?
Yes, and I went to talk to the guy that had that problem. And I said, I'm sorry about that joke, because, you know, I didn't know what it means, because he was just upset, going to crying, going to tears.
And you apologized.
I really thought I was sorry about that joke.
What happened after you apologized?
He forgave me, and, you know, I mean, it's kind of honest, you know, you gotta be honest with the person. Even if you don't know what the whole joke was, or...
I guess I lost where you were bullied. Are you saying that you were being told you were a bully, or you were being bullied because you did the...
Well, I was told after I got done with my joke and got my stuff gathered up. Eventually, you know,
so that wasn't part of bullying. That was you offended someone and then you apologized.
Yeah, that's fine. And it made me feel like you know, like I said, it made me feel like I was a bully, though. You know, yeah, buddy.
Right. Yeah. And that just shows your character that you're not a bully. So
Yeah.
when you found out you offended someone, you immediately went to
Yeah,
apologize.
sure, I'll give one of them.
That just shows you're a good guy.
Yeah, sure, I'll give you one. Okay,
You're
dude,
going to
that's all.
offend people.
Do
You're
that in-
going to go through life and offend people. If you're a bully and you offend someone, you're going to continue to offend someone.
Right.
We all will
That's
find times where we offend someone, but if someone comes to us and says, you offended me, you should apologize for that, and that's what you did.
Right.
So that just shows you're not a
You
bully.
know-
Bullies offend
Right, you
people,
know-
and they're told they're offending someone, they're just going to keep offending them.
Right, and that's how I felt, you know, doing that joke. That's how it made me feel bad. That's how I acted that I was a bully, though. That's how it made that. That's how it made me
That didn't
feel.
make you a
I
bully.
just didn't want to, you know, say that joke.
Right. Donna says they will not stop until you stop them. That is the nature of a bully. That's correct. People should report channels who bully others. It is anonymous. Yeah, and if you are being bullied, that's where I said you need a support system. You need to be fine with asking your support system to help you. I agree,
Right.
Donna.
That's right. Like I said, that happened to me a long time ago.
Thank you,
Like,
Coach
about a
Family,
month.
for coming. Thank you.
Like
yeah,
I said,
Trey,
I mean,
you're a good guy. You knew you offended someone and you immediately went to apologize. That's
Yeah.
you're just a good guy.
because you know, like I said, I mean, I used to be negative though. I used to, but not anymore. I mean, look at me now. I mean, I'm out of the house. I'm I'm at college now, and I'm trying to get my life all, you know, trying to get my life scheduled. You know, I mean,
Yeah. And I don't think you were negative. I think you just didn't have confidence in yourself, and now you
Right.
have more confidence.
right. And you know, I mean, that happens to a lot of people. I bet you that happens to a lot of people, whoever what they said, that wasn't trying to be offensive.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I think JesKay can attest
know a couple
to that.
people who
It does
did
lower
that,
your
and they-
self-esteem. But the more
Right.
you become around more positive people, you can build your self-esteem back up.
Right. And like I said, I used to be negative, Jeff. Believe me, I used to be negative. I'm 24 years old. I tell you, since I was homeschooled, like I said, I used to hate people. Never got you.
Yeah.
But, you know,
you lost
eventually you know, how lonely I got and not people to talk to.
Yeah, that's because you were a victim of bullying and you lost trust in people.
Yeah. And then finally, you know, I got the courage and got out more. And I met new people now, believe me.
Yeah.
And then I met a few people who still try to bully, and I still help their back. But usually I don't fight back. I usually protect the person. I just don't want to throw the punch.
Yeah, but what I can encourage you, and when you see other people bullying and you say you fight back, maybe you should stop fighting back. Maybe you should show
Right.
them by example of to just ignore it, because what you're
Right.
doing then is just letting them come to you,
Right.
because you're the one that's giving them.
That was a mistake I remember through the past. They true.
Yeah.
Not one mistake.
It's my journey. Bullying on YouTube can be so covert that it is hard to prove, and people have to be paying attention. Donna says, if enough people do, they will. That's where screenshots, like Jess was saying, you need to screenshot things like that. You have to be able to provide proof. And if you feel like you can't provide the proof, then you do have to just dismiss yourself from those people, block them, remove them from your channels.
I would just always keep the evidence in a file on your computer. That way, like if it's in a file, you don't see it, but at least you have it for future reference if anything does happen. You have dates and everything.
Yeah, yeah. And Donna is saying that people are afraid to stick up for other channels. That's because, I mean, you don't want those people. If you are being bullied online and you need other people to help you go to those channels and stop it, you're already doing the wrong thing by going to those channels. You can report them to authorities or report them to YouTube. But if you're trying to get people to go to that channel for you, that's the wrong approach. You need to just remove yourself. And if those people won't go to those people, then remove both people's. You're
right. And you know what? And
the wrong ones.
right. And you know what? Here's what I can say too. Usually, And Miss Kathy knows I usually had trolls before. She knows I used to have trolls. And they said some stuff too, but eventually, you know, I had to learn to block them, and I ignore the comments of people when they said something, how bad my channel is. I mean, I can remember just blocking them and ignoring them, and I still do that.
I block words on YouTube. I do that on Instagram too. So if they say like I'm fat or whatever, they can't type fat because it gets sent to like review, or like their comment doesn't go through because they're using, you know, mean words, or, you know, other words worse than that, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
I have inappropriate comments are held for review, and I also on my live streams I have certain words that I've typed in that YouTube automatically blocks as well. Cuss words,
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
and things like that. I have them in there, so they have to be approved or they get hidden automatically. Yeah.
This is what I call it. I just call them, you know, in my mind, I always call like people jealous. You know, that's what I keep saying, because like you said, you get them on Instagram, right, Jess? That's what you say. You get them on Instagram too, or something. Okay. But you see, my sister had a problem before when she had a best friend one time, because, well, let's just say she got married in a young age, and they gave up their friendship. But eventually, she called her several names, and I told Scal, you know, that eventually you're just gonna have to ignore it and just walk it off, and then look at your life about how important it is. You see, when, like I said, I'm different than people, how they act, because when I was little, I never learned how to talk. I never learned how to speak.
Aw.
Until I watched Sesame Street. I said, "Hey, Mommy, look at the T." You know, something like that. That was the only thing my mother cried and laughed at, because I was kind of shy. But anyway, back to my sister here. I mean, she had that problem. I did too. And let me tell you, it was tough, because her and I had the different things like learning disabilities. We both have the same thing. And we both have to, you know, we have to agree on what we have. I mean, people may talk bad about different people, but I'm going to say this, like, it's ridiculous. That's all I can say. You know, I mean, people just need to stop and look on a person and not judge them and not call them names.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Jess. I've been there. My sister's been there. We all have to learn about what happened, and eventually, you know, we have the courage to be who we are and not worried about the problem. That's how her and I felt about how people talk bad about us.
Yeah, it's definitely important to have a good positive support system.
Yes.
Yeah, and to know that there really is one out there, and to tell someone, don't react to the bully, but go and tell someone else that can build you up.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming on and talking. I really appreciate this. I've enjoyed it.
Me too.
I'm going to go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm shy and nervous and everything.
You did what?
I'm sorry, I'm shy and nervous.
Oh, don't apologize for being who you are. I think you shined. I think you did fantastic, and I loved having you.
And let me tell you something, Jess. There's nothing wrong with being yourself. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be who you are. Don't let people judge you.
That's right. Yeah, never apologize for who you are.
Keep you positive. Look, like I said, just be you. That's it.
Yeah. I want to thank my moderators tonight. Some of you have gone, some are still here. Leah, you have stuck through me through and then. I owe you, girl. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. It's my journey. Thank you to everyone who was here earlier. Thank you, Jess and Trey, for coming on. I really appreciate you all. I hope everyone has a great night. Hope you have a great week ahead. And yeah, stop the bullying. Don't react.
Don't react.
Love y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.